You're such an asshole.
Happy New Year, dude, bro. I'm retired Army veteran who works IT and is currently enjoying income tax-free life and cheaper living in Asia. As I write this, President Trump's inauguration is just around the corner, which got me musing about what is the best way for us to take advantage of the expected economic policy changes and other things going on in his administration. If things go as we hope during this administration, I would like to move my family and myself back to the States. Trump's 10 years for only 4 years, but maybe a bit longer with the J.D. Vance election in 2028. Nonetheless, if these things go as expected, we'll hopefully see a better economy and maybe something of a cultural shift. So I plan on enjoying it while it lasts. I wouldn't change your long-term plans. My personal plan, besides the obvious ones like gorging on some massive crippling debt to get wifey poo, the big house, and the Land Rover she always wanted, sarcasm, is to improve my IT skills to make myself more remarkable for a stateside position. Heck, maybe even look at becoming. Now, do you have kids? Just got me thinking. Administration. Oh, you do have a family overseas. Okay. I don't know, man. I mean, you happy over there? I mean, do they celebrate their culture and they're happy about Rutabaga Fest or whatever it is they celebrate in that country? Your kids like you? Your kids happy? Do your kids think they might be trans, or are they just normal kids that go and play ball or something? Is your wife thin? Let's move back to the States. What do you mean you're a woman now? What? Improve my IT skills to make myself more marketable for a stateside position. Heck, maybe even look at becoming an enrolled agent as a side job. Well, we have that course open. You don't become an enrolled agent. It just teaches you how to become an enrolled agent at the course titled The World's Greatest Accounting Career. Available at Teachable. And put some more money in investments that'll help me acquire some nice land near Kentucky or Tennessee, or even just buy a modest house with cash if prices lower enough to make it feasible. What do you think? Okay, well, I don't believe home prices are going to be lowered because we got way too many college-educated idiots and not enough trade carpenter types. And the carpenter tradesman types that we got are all a bunch of sister fuckers don't do the job right. So I don't see any quality homes and any significant supply being built in the next 10 to 15 years. Until we stop telling high school kids to go to college for the world's dumbest fucking shit, which is the liberal arts and the social sciences. And yes, all of you with college degrees in those fields, you're fucking dumb. Not only are you worthless to the economy, you might be worth it to somebody else, but in terms of economics, in terms of what your value is to society, you are worthless and dumber and worse on top of that, you are dumb. Even a sister fucking carpenter is better than you, if you can imagine that. Even the ones in Wyoming, yes, even the ones in Wyoming. Thoughts. All right, so then I said, what did I say? I said, I wish I could answer, but I don't know what Trump is going to do. I mean, I could tell you what he should do. I have no idea what he's going to do. And then he wrote back, please make a video. Also, just to clarify, please feel free to add any insights or thoughts you may have. This is designed as more of an open-ended question to get everyone together to discuss their ideas. I have my plan, but I would love to hear other people's ideas. I'm sure some of your peers like Vlad Elkins or your real estate buddy forgot his name, Craig Kamman, Kamman, that you have on sometimes will have some useful insights, not to mention, DJ Aftershock and Nonstop Dre, those two buffoons, those two morons, you want their advice? Look at me, I'm Dre. I'm over in Asia, got a big dick. There you go, consult him. Yeah. Went to some USD stakes in this. 10 local store. Okay, yeah, but I doubt I'll be going to Korea. All right. So what I did, let's not worry about what Trump's going to do because you don't know what he's going to do. I know you're all excited they got elected. I know it's better than the Kamala getting elected. I will agree with you there. But he just wasn't that good of a president in the previous administration. He just wasn't. And basically, if you want, what does Trump have to do economically in order for you to consider bringing your family back here and maybe investing long term, look, it's no different what Milei does over in Argentina. Trump has got to get the US dollar stable. That's it. I don't mean in terms of exchange rates with other countries. I mean, he has got to get the finances of the country under control. That's it. If he doesn't do it, the dollar will invariably lose its, well, it's already has lost its value. It'll lose its value more, quote unquote, collapse. People say we're done with the dollar at some point in time. But that would be, there's a million things I could list this guy could do to improve the country. In terms of the economy, it's very simple. Get the fucking finances to get the country's financial shit together. That's it. Now, more specifically, what it means. All right, first, he needs to balance the budget. There has to be no printing of money, meaning no inflation. He's got to get inflation under control. So you do that without printing money. You can't borrow. No, none of that. They have to permanently lower federal spending. Permanently. They are going to have to reform the welfare state. And by welfare state, I mean welfare, where other people's money go to other people who didn't earn it or deserve it. I don't care if you paid into the system, boomers. That money was pissed away on your generation for the past 6 decades. So Social Security, which in its current day incarnation is a welfare program, Medicare, the fucking VA. I love you military guys, don't get me wrong, but I got a paper cut. I need $8,000 a month in disability. Fuck that shit. Those of you who do that, you should be ashamed of yourselves taking advantage of it. I mean, if you're legitimately disabled, okay. But the VA, Social Security, and Medicare, those have to be reformed. They have to. The welfare state in general, although those are the 3 big ones right there. But that all comes in with balancing the budget. You're going to have to permanently lower federal spending. Also, not only on the entitlement side, but also the management side. Doge is great. That's great. Let me know when it happens. A whole lot of talk going on. I know they're not inaugurated yet. There's a whole lot of talk going on. Not exactly an economic policy, but it directly affects the economy. And it not some, all production, all economic growth, all GDP, all wealth comes from labor. And he needs to reform the education and corporate employment. The education industry and how corporations employ and hire people. I like what he did where he has a free government-funded college. And where, they are going to mandate that employers, at least federal contractors and federal employers, treat that as an equivalent college degree, like it's an authentic, accredited college degree. I like that. He's got to get so far up those corpo asses, though, and say, all right, here's the deal. You're going to knock it off with this higher education quality requirement bullshit. You're going to start training people in, and motherfuckers, if you don't, I will jack up your fucking taxes. And the Democrats are going to love that. They'll be with me on that. He needs to bitch slap these motherfucking corporations into stay like, oh yeah, no, you're going to hire Americans first. If you need an HB1 visa, fine. You're going to hire Americans first. We got to make it easier for young people to get jobs. And that basically comes down to we're getting rid of college education requirements, unless like engineering, it's absolutely necessary. And we're going to be, they should be investigating every corporation. Get every HR bent in on it. Like, hey, how you doing? You're going to tell us about your hiring practices. Oh, are you asking the witchcraft questions of what's your favorite color and why? Are you we found out you're posting fake jobs. Okay, well, your corporate tax rate is now 75%. Thank you for helping balance the budget, Corpo. But that's a huge thing to get GDP and economic growth going in. You cannot have labor tied up, K through college. Now, I know kindergartens aren't going to work, but 16 to graduation in college, that's like 6 years. Young kids should have an employable skill by 16. That's the public school and the private school systems. I said, yeah, they better have a skill or a trade. And if they don't, I guess teachers are going to have a little higher tax rate too. How about that? For the teachers. Yeah, we do not have time essentially to waste a decade of young people's young adult lives not working and making good wages and not having employment prospects. That right there. And then not exactly an economic policy, but to get people motivated and to make it that there actually is production, not planes falling out of the sky, or woke girl boss horse shit, or spyware that spies on you, or shit that doesn't work. You have to get rid of DEI and affirmative action. Absolutely. That shit. And again, there's not going to be law. It's just going to be like, we're going to basically tax the fucking shit out of you. Oh, I see you had woke girl boss talk about white privilege and only whitey can be sexist or racist, whatever the hell it is. Oh, I guess your tax rate is 85%. If you could afford that, you could afford more taxes. And that money would go into a balanced budget amendment. But yeah, that's basically it. Cut the spending everywhere. Get rid of government grants. Those don't do shit except keep the left alive in their parasitic faux welfare jobs program nature. Stop printing money. Go to Congress like, hey, you got to pass a balanced budget amendment. Yeah. And if that doesn't happen, if they don't get their financial act together, if we don't see government spending go down significantly, we're going towards a balanced budget. If that doesn't happen, I would stay overseas. Last I checked, South Korea's debt to GDP was something like 48%. Yeah. There's no reason. And consequently, yeah, you're like, oh my God, Trump's going to be in office. Should I buy dollars and so on? Nah, I'd hold to your diversified portfolio. Don't worry, you're going to get dollars in the future. Your income's denominated in dollars, right? Don't worry, you got enough exposure to dollars. That's what your labor is denominated in, right? Yeah, just hold on to your assets. Mr. Stimmy checks during a really bad cold. Yeah, that's that guy. But Cappy, you don't understand. No, you guys don't understand. He could have vetoed all that shit. He said, no, we're not doing it. It's just not fucking happening. So yeah, I'm not holding my breath. I'm not ditching my silver or my crypto. All right, we got any super chat? We got one. You shoot your eye out, Frank. 2 Canadian. Merry late Christmas and Happy New Year's to you. Thank you. You shoot your eye out, Frank. Thank you much. All right, that's it. Link below is a link to everything I got. Got links to my books, some of which you should maybe go read. I got links to my courses, which maybe some of which you should go take. I have a link to the Road Trip podcast, which is through my Subscribestar channel. That's a membership thing. That's $2 a month or more if you want to pay more. So you can belong to the snooty. We all wear our Kavarishi pants and we coif our hair. We feather our hair. And then what the hell's the other thing? Oh, my Amazon affiliate link if you want to buy stuff on Amazon. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.